You.
Ho ho ho! Happy Thanksgiving, you big fat turkey.
Did you say ho 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 like it's Christmas?
No, I was oh ho ho.
Oh. What are you doing? Happy Thanksgiving here in
Oh,
the United States of the Americas.
right. I'm suffering, man. I'm suffering
Yeah?
for all kinds of food related reasons.
Are you?
Kinda. I think I'll do my story second. But
Oh.
but yeah, it's been a 3 hour adventure here. I'm so glad to be home. Let's just uh,
Okay.
let's just put it that way. By the way, before we get started, it
Yeah.
it is a big deal over here that it's Thanksgiving because
Right.
that means tomorrow is Black Friday. Now, in
Right.
your line of work, it's probably hell day of hell days. In my line of work, it's plugging the Black Friday sale for our merch. Uh,
Started off early.
yeah, we're gonna discount everything a whopping 30% uh, for Black Friday,
30%.
Red Saturday, Green Sunday, and Cyber Monday. And I just made most of that up. So yeah, and then after that, to be determined. But we're running out of some sizes, and this is kind of like our blowout Black Friday, holiday. This is more the order it now, and we can guarantee you'll get it by Christmas. Order it
Oh, I like that.
Order it starting next week. I make no promises because the postal service is a shit show. So
Right.
so yeah, I just had to get some business out of the way. I want to do it in front of the podcast so more people heard it than at the end when everyone's already tuned out because we've upset someone or grossed someone out or whatever. So I figured let's do the business on the front end today. Business in the front, party in the back, like a mullet.
Right.
That's gonna
I
be our
like it. I like it.
that's gonna be our podcast from now on. So yeah. So how
Okay.
how how was your day, my friend?
It was filled with way too much food,
Yeah.
way too much uh, alcohol, and very little exercising. Except I bought an Oculus. Do you know what that is?
Not really. Is that like a VR thing
I bought a VR.
for yourself, for the kids, for what? Is it? Please tell me
Fuck the kids.
this is jerk off. This is jerk off porn stuff, isn't it? Because I've been seeing
I
those.
heard you could watch it on there.
Listen, I may have accidentally gone on the Pornhub the other day, and I may have accidentally
Ah,
done a search or two, and I clicked on something, and it was like split screen. It was like it was like left and right eye kind of thing, and I assumed this was made for like VR goggles or Oculus or whatever. So
get
I
out of here.
so I did not watch it because I didn't have goggles or anything, and so it was more just the same thing twice on my screen, so it was a little distracting. But I can confirm that
Yeah.
if sorry, if the Oculus is for you, you're gonna have a lot of fun with it.
Well, it's for all of us, but
Not after
we'll
you
get to
use
the
it.
we'll get to the Oculus in a second.
Yeah.
Uh, yeah, I did all the cooking. I think my mom made the turkey because I don't want to fuck with that, but
Yeah. Let
I
the
made everything else.
let the turkey make the turkey.
Right, exactly. Right, right. So maybe it'll make her feel like she's like doing something keto. So
Which I
what's funny
assume
is,
didn't happen today.
oh no, I got a funny story.
Okay.
So I make the whole thing. I got big ziti, meatballs, we got turkey, we got a ham, we got mashed potatoes made from scratch. I made stuffing.
How many people are
Uh,
eating this meal?
we've got 9 people here,
Okay.
so we've got we got stuffed mushrooms as an appetizer. We had a little cheese and salami board as an app, and then
Jesus.
I made we made some spinach. We made a whole slew of shit. So I my brother says, well, I want a sweet potato like casserole, like with the marshmallows. I've never made one before. So we didn't have anything. Well, we found a supermarket that was open. So this morning, me and him drove to the next town over to go to the supermarket, bought everything. We made it. Fucking amazing. First time I nailed it. No instructions, no directions,
How
no,
how
I
hard
didn't
can
go
it
on the
be?
fucking interweb. It doesn't matter. I did it all from the brain. I just made it up.
I mean, I feel.
So
Let me guess. It's like the sweet potatoes, maybe some brown sugar, and then melted marshmallows on top.
I did brown sugar, cinnamon, and melted
Okay,
butter.
cinnamon,
I
cinnamon.
mixed it
Okay,
with it, and then I put the marshmallows on top.
yeah.
Put a little bit more brown sugar and cinnamon on top.
My
Wonderful.
point is, I
Anyway,
don't think it's a very complicated recipe to.
listen, just put me over one.
No, I'm I,
It's
I
Thanksgiving. You
I'm
should
just
be
saying.
thankful that I picked up an extra day of the show
No, no,
because the unthankful neighbor of yours stopped coming.
no, no. I'm
So,
very thankful for you. But my point was that to wing it, that's like the perfect dish to wing. Is
right,
wing
right,
it with?
easy,
Is
right,
yeah. That was
right.
my point. It
So,
was like yeah.
so as we're cooking, we're making stuff. I look over and my mom's boiling two sweet potatoes, and I'm like, "What are you doing?" Like I have a whole pot of them going. I'm making my own. I said, "For what?" She's like, "Because I'm going to make my own with the keto brown sugar
Oh, here we
and
go.
um blah blah blah." I said, "Mom, you had two pancakes for breakfast. You've eaten everything that's been put. You ate stuffed mushrooms. Like now you're going to decide for dinner you're going to go keto on Thanksgiving dinner." I said, wrong day, pal." Like
Not in this house.
she made her own little bowl of sweet potato casserole with like everything sugar free, and I'm like, it was the dumbest thing ever. Like, were you trying to trick me? Like, you think because like I wasn't going to tell Ben that you ate
Right.
everything in the world today? Like,
I
you
hope
know,
you've been mentioning my name and like just driving her
oh, grilling
nuts.
her left and right.
I love it. Yeah, enjoy
Yeah,
your bullshit dessert on your bullshit day. Your one day of bullshit half day keto nonsense. That's ridiculous. If you've already started on Thanksgiving of all days, if you've already started the day wrong, there's no righting the ship on Thanksgiving. That's just
right, right.
that's
What? Like,
insanity.
that's what I said. I'm like, what world do you live in, right? So, whatever. I just felt like I had to tell you that.
That's beautiful.
Yeah, yeah. Anyway, I ate too much. You know,
Yeah,
I ate too much.
yeah. I've eaten too much for like the last week. That even though
Right.
I didn't eat a lot today, I just feel stuffed. Like I just like I've just ate too much for like 4 5 days in a row, and then I just had like
Right.
I think I had like a ramen for lunch, and then like one plate of food for dinner at this Thanksgiving thing, and the Thanksgiving thing was at like 7:30, and I just feel like I'm gonna
It's pretty
explode,
late though.
dude. You don't even understand.
We'll,
First,
we'll get to we'll get to that in a second. Let me
okay,
tell one
yeah,
more
yeah,
story, and
yeah,
then we'll
dude.
get to
No,
your.
dude, let's tackle yours first. Yeah, yeah, yeah.
So I okay. So I we ate whatever. Great. I had a couple drinks tonight. Whatever. Feeling good. Ate a lot of food. I bought some Italian. Went to an Italian bakery yesterday. I got cannolis, like Italian rainbow cookies, lemon cookies, like the whole shebang. Had some of those for dessert. I had a cup of coffee. I had my stomach was so hard, like no, like it was hard. I couldn't breathe. It was hard. I had to do some like rubbing of the belly, and finally I got it to like work down where I could go drop a load off. But man, I am overly full. But in between all of this, after eating, they break out the Oculus. I bought it a couple weeks ago. I've never tried it yet. So and the kids have been using it. Nick uses it a lot. So my brother tries it, and then my other brother has one. So he's like, tries. So I said, I got to try this. So they put it on. We do Top Golf at first. So it's golfing. Oh, not easy. I'm swinging the golf club. It's fucking insane how realistic it is. Like, it's borderline scary. Like, it's creepy. Like, how real it is and how, like,
Yeah, that's
like
why
the,
that's why
it's fucking insane.
Facebook is launching this whole meta thing now because
Right,
it's
right.
getting it's
So
it's that close now. Yeah.
it's really creepy. So anyway, we play the golf. I'm like, oh, they go, try the boxing. Oh, I got this. I thought I was gonna die. My heart rate went like because I got my Apple Watch on. So
Is this
I do the boxing.
is this gonna be your new cardio?
Let me tell you something. I didn't even last 2 rounds. I got knocked out in the second round. So I only lasted one round, which was like 2 minutes long, and then like a minute of the second round, and Ivan Drago knocked me out because that's who it really is, Ivan Drago. It's actually called like Creed or something like that is the name of the game. So I got knocked out. I could not breathe. My heart rate was through the roof as if I like had been running. I had to sit down. My heart rate did not go down for almost 45 minutes. It was just beating out of my chest. You don't understand. After that, then I started like, I was so tired. My arms were sore. I was like falling asleep and I was like, I can't even stay awake.
Oh
That
no,
was the most energy I've put out in like
no,
fucking forever.
I do understand. Unfortunately,
I mean, let me tell you the coolest fucking game. I am so glad that I purchased this thing, but man, let me tell you, fuck, I like it's a workout. It's harder than working out actually.
well,
It really is.
maybe then you shouldn't use it with porn because nobody needs to find you dead with your heart exploded with the with the Oculus on your head, your pants down around your ankles,
The Oculus.
and your hand on your junk. So maybe don't do that until you're in better shape. I don't want you. I don't want you being found in a compromising position.
That wouldn't be good.
I mean, I'd have a field day with it. We would, but after we get over the sadness of you being dead, we would have an absolute field day with it. You'd replace Jackie in the lexicon of dead people we make fun of.
Yeah.
I can Oh man, I must be drunk on turkey. I'm starting to say things I might
Well,
have to delete later.
it's funny though that you were talking about Jackie. A lot of like Jackie stuff came up in my memories today, and it was like some like a post where he had like commented on my post, and it was November 25th, like a couple of years ago, and this I lived in South Carolina, and his comments on the post were absolutely outrageous, like outrageous to the point of I'm like, at that point I wonder that night did I go, what the fuck is wrong with him? Like
I mean,
they were just outrageous comments, like
like
out in
outrageous,
left field.
like drunk Jackie.
Drunk Jackie made
Okay,
no sense.
right.
Don't even know what he was talking about. Like he was trying to start like a fight between. I don't even know what was going on. And I was trying to remember what happened that night, and I'm like, he was out of his mind.
Maybe he was.
Yeah.
Maybe he was with. Was that like a year? Maybe he was with Blake at the Wrestle Cave.
Oh, could have been right. Because I was home.
Yeah,
So
and he would have probably been giving you the business for being like pretty much in the area and not coming to hang out with
yeah,
them. Yeah, I don't know. That's my guess. That's my theory. Anyways.
yeah. So what happened to you tonight?
Oh Jesus Christ. So like a couple of days ago, my dad calls. He's like, do you want to come over for Thanksgiving dinner?" And I'm like, before I really thought about it, I said, "Yeah, I should have." Like, I mean, I guess I got to put time in with the parents while they're still around. But
Right. Yeah, your dad and your stepmom. Yeah.
excuse me, it's my dad and my dad's wife.
I've been wanting to get that line in
There's
for
no,
like since you
there's
told me you
no,
were going there.
there's no fucking stepmom. But I'm like, fuck. I'm like, yeah, all right. And he's like 6 o'clock, and I'm like thinking 6 o'clock is fucking
That's
late.
late.
Like usually,
Yeah.
like for most people, Thanksgiving is kind of a traditional. Like you start cooking in the morning, you got a lot of fucking things going on. But like Thanksgiving dinners usually are like 3:30 to 6, like 3:30 to 5 at the latest. Like starting at 6, it's just like so whatever. So I decide that I need to make sure I have an escape valve. So I made my brother pick me up to take me there. Because I know my brother is a miserable bitch.
Right.
And he's like he's way less of like able to be social with other people. And so he's just kind of like in his own little world over there. And I know that he's going to want to split as soon as an opportunity arises. And so I have to shrug and go, he's my ride. I got to go too. So I planned ahead for that. So 6 o'clock.
That was very smart. Very
Yeah.
smart move of you.
So then Fucko's like messaging me at like 5, like on my way. And I'm like, dude, we're going to be way too early. So I made him wait. And then I made him get gas and we kill time. We get there like, I don't know, 10 minutes before 6. And it's my see, this is the weird thing. It's my dad. We're at my dad's wife's house because neither one has gotten rid of the, she still has her place. He still has his place. They've, been married like, I don't know, 4 months or whatever, maybe less. But there's no,
your dad actually may have a good idea down there. Though.
Yeah. Just be around.
Separate.
Yeah. So, listen, like I said, there many questions have been asked about this whole situation, but but so it's him and her, it's her son Juan, who's cool, like a cool dude, me and my brother, and we get there and we kind of sit down, put the TV on, put the football game on, and you could smell the food cooking, but I go to get a beer out of the fridge, and I don't feel any heat coming out of the oven. And I look over, and the toaster oven's like they got a big toaster oven kind of deal, and it's cooking like a big chunk of turkey. Like they didn't get a whole turkey; they got like a pre-wrapped,
like a breast or something.
Yeah, something like maybe the breast and a wing or something. Like a quarter of the turkey, and it smells like it's been smoked or marinated or something. And apparently, see, here's the thing: I usually like going over there because they're Argentinian. And so every time I've been invited over there for something, he always does the carne asada barbecue stuff. So it's always just barbecue meats every time. And I love it. This time she wanted to do the traditional Thanksgiving, even though they know nothing about
threw you for a loop.
They know nothing about turkey and mashed potatoes. It was all alien to her, but she wanted to do it. And so
this can't end well.
So we're sitting there and I'm like watching the TV and I'm like looking at the clock and then it keeps going. And my dad's like consulting on cooking the turkey. And my dad is like the last person you want consulting on food because he likes everything burnt. He likes everything dry, burnt, inedible. And I had to yell at them, don't listen to him. Whatever the directions say, just follow those. Don't do what he says because nobody else will be happy tonight. And so I kind of took the reins of that. But then, we go and we sit. Dude, 6 o'clock became 7:30 before the start time of the fucking meal. So I'm thinking oh my God. I'm already picturing in my head the literally by the time we're done eating the meal and whatever the fuck the dessert is, my brother is going to be itching to go because he's already put his 2.5 hours in and he got to go. Plus he's got to work the next day and he's just, I get him. Yeah. He's a little bit of a bitchy baby soft guy that
Right. Okay.
So it's it's every checklist item except the stuffing, but it was mashed potatoes. Right. It was the cranberry sauce in the shape of a can, classic. Green beans, this fucking turkey, some gravy. I don't know. Anyway, you and me at Thanksgiving, it's load up the fucking plate and then we're going to eat it. And we're going to load up the plate a second time. But I'm watching everyone and everyone's taking portions they're rationing and this food's got to last 3 weeks. And I'm what the fuck? And I'm feeling guilty even just taking a little bit of everything there. And my plate's filling up because there's a big assortment of items. But even if I'm taking little pieces of each one, eventually the plate fills up. And I'm looking at Juan's plate and he's only taken 3 things and small portions of it. I'm like, you're not eating? And he said something he had a bowl of chocolate milk and cereal earlier. And I'm fuck me. I can't even do my thing on Thanksgiving because I'm gonna just look like a total asshole because everyone else, my brother was on keto, so he's just saying no to everything except turkey breast, and and my dad like doesn't eat a lot, and she doesn't eat a lot, and I'm looking at my plate, I'm looking at everyone else's, I'm going, well, I'm definitely not eating a second plate because then I'm like the total asshole here. So like,
Right.
and like the food was fine. It was like, mostly just like prepackaged store bought public stuff, and this turkey was like, really smoky and starting to get on the dry side. Thank God I spoke up and my dad didn't fuck us all. But yeah, it was like, and then what happened was like we ate and we're watching the football game as we're eating. That shit show of a game. It was a good game, but man, that overtime stuff with the
Great game
penalties
though.
was a
Yeah.
disaster. Cost
Right.
the Cowboys the game. But anyway, and then they get the apple pie, and I just want to speak up a couple times. I felt like she starts cutting it, and I know I'm like looking at the pie. It's like right out of the box, and I'm like thinking like that box has been sitting on the counter all day. I'm like, they didn't heat this up. This is going to be cold apple pie. Now, apple pie is pretty much delicious any way you serve it, but I'll tell you that
Right.
warm apple pie tastes 3 to 4 times better than cold apple pie. But I wasn't going to say anything. I should have. I should have said, you're all going to thank me later if you just heat this up first. But I didn't because I also wanted to get the fuck out of there as soon as possible. So,
Right. Right.
it's not like it has nothing to do with anybody. It's just like I just don't want to be at someone else's house, all night. I just wanted to be home. So yeah, my brother wasn't even eating the fucking pie, so he's literally watching me eat. And as soon as I took my last bite, he's like, oh, he just does the stretch, like, oh man, I'm getting tired. I got to work tomorrow. And
You
so
knew that was coming.
yeah. But he literally waited like the second I ate the last bite was when he did the arm stretch and the yawn.
Like he was waiting
Yeah,
for you.
he
Like
was.
like watching.
He was like
Right.
I think if it was like a movie, I would have
Right.
it would have been me like teasing to eat the last bite 3 times
Right.
and watching him watching me, and on that third bite he'd yell, "Just eat the fucking last bite already!"
Right.
Like
I want to go. Right. Yeah. Like,
he'd blow up his own spot. And so then my dad's like, oh well, and he goes to talk to Juan. He's like, hey, would you want to give Ben a ride home later? Harold's got to go. And I think he said, can we, like my dad and him would do it. And I got right ahead of that because I'm like, no, the whole reason I rode with Harold was so I could leave with him. So I said, it's already past your bedtime anyways, old man. And I said, I'll just go with Harold. I don't want to make anyone drive me home at 9, 10 o'clock at night. It's a holiday.
right. Right.
So then we got out of there, and I'm just sitting in the car. And even though I didn't eat nearly what I wanted to eat, I just feel disgusting. Like, I'm done. And so I'm sitting in the car going, for the 19th time this month, swearing that this is the last of it. And I've learned my lesson, and I'm going on a diet. I'm going to start working out again. But at the same time, I'm also planning my final meal that I'm going to have tomorrow.
Well,
Because anytime you
it's funny.
swear like you're going to start a diet, you also are planning your final, like, last hurrah, So,
Right.
so I was trying to figure out what pizza I was ordering tomorrow as I'm swearing off food for the rest of time.
Man. What I was going to say is it's 9:30 here
Yeah.
in the United States of the Americas.
Here we go.
Thanksgiving, 9:30 p.m. And we just broke out the food for round 2.
Oh, are you guys
so-
eating again?
Round 2 has begun.
Well, when did you guys have dinner? When did you guys eat?
Oh, we ate it like 4. No, it was after 4, so it may have been closer to 5.
Yeah, but right in the
wanna
window,
say?
like the real window that I was talking about.
Right. And we started hors d'oeuvres at about 4. We had some
Hors
stuff,
d'oeuvres,
mushrooms and
Jesus
stuff like
Christ.
that. The hors d'oeuvres.
Hors
And,
d'oeuvres.
We but to say that it's time, round 2, buddy. Because we had dessert, and then we played the Oculus, and then we worked it off, and now we're watching the third football game's on. So Yeah, we're watching that now. So yeah, I mean, round two is about to start.
The 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 one tradition I had for 4 years when I went to college was I would take the bus from Providence, Rhode Island to Longmeadow, Massachusetts, which is like West Massachusetts, like way out west. And my cousins and my aunt and uncle house. And every year I would spend, I don't know, whatever, Wednesday night through Sunday over there, and then take the bus back Sunday night. And
Right,
and they had a tradition where, I mean, my aunt could cook, and so was the like an awesome spread with like all these like old recipe cards and like making all these dishes and stuff. But then the next night, Friday night, the tradition was there was a restaurant that did a double and triple lobster special on Friday night
right.
after Thanksgiving. And all 4 years we went and did this. And I would get I think I don't even, if I got the triple lobster or the double lobster, it didn't matter. But the funny thing about
Right.
that was that uh, we would, eating lobster takes a lot of time because you're cracking and pulling every piece open and getting these little bit. Like I hate eating crab and lobster because it's so much work for what you get out of it. Uh, uh, and the problem was that we would all finish, and my aunt was so meticulous about eating every little iota of edible meat out of the lobsters, and she'd always get the triple. That all of us would be sitting there for an extra hour, finished with
Right.
ours, watching her eat, waiting for whatever. And I felt like that was kind of tonight with Harold watching me eat that apple pie, ready to leave.
I mean, I actually could picture your brother like just staring at you, like eat the fucking pie.
You
Like what
mother.
was going through his head, you know?
Get
But
him.
and for all of our UK followers, friends, such, Thanksgiving is, I mean, literally, you just eat, you watch American football, you just hang out with your friends and family,
And
and
yeah,
it,
mostly it's a family thing. So yeah,
right, right, right. I mean, it's a, yeah, it's really, we're just doing this for food, I think.
yeah. The,
That's it.
the I mean, the joke is that by like Friday night, everyone's ready to be done with everybody else. But because everyone kind of flew in to spend the weekend together, usually Friday night is the blow off night where some of the people, like if you've got like family
Friends or
members and
having family in town,
in their
yeah.
20s, you all go out to like go out drinking or something, or go see a movie during just to get away, just because everyone's up in everyone's fucking you know it's everyone's space, and it's just, I don't know, family time sometimes becomes chaos. Especially when you get those big families like yours or mine.
Right, right, right. Yeah, no, it's definitely chaos here. We got my dog. My brother brought his dog. My mom brought their cat because for some reason she brings her cat places, which I think is fucking weird.
Yeah, especially as
But yeah, it's
cats
just a.
cats get a litter box, they don't need to be walked. It doesn't
I'm
make
not
any
even sure.
sense.
Right, right, right.
And
I mean,
that's
they've been here for a week,
and let's
but
let well that's true, but let's be honest, it's rude to bring a cat to someone's house who's allergic to cats. Let's just throw your mom fully under the bus today. Keto aside, she knows you and your daughter are allergic to cats, and she brings a cat to your house. What the fuck is that?
right, right, right. That makes no sense.
Yeah, we should have your mom on. I'm gonna make a list of like 20 questions to ask her. They're not even gonna be like questions. They're gonna be like, I need you to explain yourself on this, and I'm just gonna have a list of 20 things.
Uh, I don't think I want my mom on the podcast. No, let's not do that.
You sure?
Yeah, no, let's not do that. No, 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 no. That's a bad idea.
I feel like every time you
Bad
say it's a
idea.
bad idea, it works out pretty well. Like Bobby
Right.
and and Billy. I think like maybe the more you say it's a bad idea, the more I'm gonna have to like secretly have your mom call in one day. Could you imagine?
Oh, God. Man, yeah. So I don't know. I wonder if like the UK people think we're nuts.
For this holiday? I feel like they celebrate a lot less
Yeah,
holidays than we do.
right. Like they probably think we're crazy. Yeah. for doing this.
I mean,
Yeah, I
it
don't
is
know.
it is kind of a food holiday. I feel like the other parts of it where it's like colonizers
Yeah,
having a meal with indigenous people before they steal their land and kill 99% of their population has kind of become kind of a canceled culture kind of a idea. So now it's more just a
right,
let's get the family together and eat food and forget about why they originally celebrated Thanksgiving.
right. Fucked up. It's all fucked up.
Yeah.
Yeah.
All right. It sounds like
So,
you're in a food coma, and yet you're still going to eat again.
bro, you have no idea. Like well, because I had a release. Now I'm ready for round dose. You know.
so so
Yeah.
you took a number two, and now you're ready for round two.
Well, I mean, isn't that how it works?
I mean, sometimes you don't have to eat again. I mean, I'm not going to eat again, but
What,
that's
what what nonsense are you speaking?
well. In all fairness, you did eat earlier. But look, listen, I,
Right.
I understand. It's like
I had the early bird special. You were eating
you
like
guys had
late as hell.
breakfast. You had a ridiculous like Thanksgiving dinner, which was technically like like 5 hours
Kind of an
ago.
it was kind of an all day festivity though.
Yeah, you can't even break it into meals. You were kind of just eating all day, weren't you? Yeah, I think you should just shovel it in. Cutoff time's 10:30. That's it. Then you wait till tomorrow.
Yeah.
Feed your mom some waffles. Tell her Ben knows what's going on.
Like my whole goal was that because she had said, remember she gained like 12 pounds when she was here a couple weeks ago. Then she lost it all plus some. But now my goal is to make her gain it back.
Oh, you're just gonna turn her into a human yo-yo.
I'm bamboozling her left and right here.
Yeah.
Right. So anyway, yeah, I am in a little bit of a coma tonight. It's just the food is just it's rough. It's rough. But I do want to say I was asked to do another podcast in the UK.
All right. Well, you just gonna keep sleeping around on me. All right, that's cool.
It's called Across the Pond with Rich and Sophie. Or yeah, Soph,
Have
Rich
you
and Soph.
have you listened to it? Do you know anything about it?
I have not listened to it, but they are fans. Which I mean, do you blame them?
Fans of
Um,
fans of what? You or this podcast?
Me.
Of course.
But it's a chance for me to talk about our podcast on a podcast that's in the UK.
It's
This is
so
a big deal.
it's kind of meta. It's a podcast in a podcast.
It's like,
It's
oh
it's
yeah.
podception.
Actually, now I will admit I haven't done any research on them, but Rich actually lives in America and Soph lives in the UK. So we're actually crossing borders here. Now they have a thing up. 80% of their listeners are in the United States, 15% are in the UK. So we're gonna get a good mix here of some podcasts. Now they were finalists in the Podcasting Business Awards of 2021, Best Entertainment Podcast. So yeah,
Is this
they
is
look like
this
they
on
got some
is this on the same Fugazi website that has you ranked fourth on famous birthdays?
probably. um, they were ranked fifth in the 30 Listener Choice Awards.
Oh, I don't
Uh,
I don't know what any of that means.
I don't know either, but it's a chance
Uh,
to really put
I feel like
get us out there.
these are the things you copy and paste into a email begging someone to come on your podcast, and you're trying to convince them with some kind of fucked up credentials.
Oh, they didn't tell me that. I looked it up myself because I'm
Oh,
a researcher.
oh,
I'm a researcher.
so then it's more tangible. It's more of a real thing because you actually Googled it. It's not like they
Right.
okay.
So we have a chance to, for me to get out there and spit my podcast game
Spit.
and get everybody to know who we are. And I think it's a really big deal.
Yeah.
Really big deal. Yeah.
I mean, sure, why not? I have no idea.
I mean,
We might have
listen,
more listeners than them. I still haven't heard
I
anything.
don't know.
I still haven't heard anything to the contrary.
Yeah, I really don't know.
Uh, I'll tell you this. Remember we were talking about, you know, maybe this being the month that we break our own personal
Right.
record. Man, I looked at the downloads for the last 3 days, and I'm like, I knew Thanksgiving was going to be bad news for us.
Fuck us.
We're like
But
half.
we may have broken it already. You don't even know.
No, well, we're not there yet. It's going to depend how the rest of the fucking week goes. But we are in steady decline as I thought we'd be because of the holiday. So nobody.
Right.
Listen,
Okay.
I figured 4 days home with the family. At some point, you're going to need to download a podcast or two just to keep yourself sane.
I would imagine. Right. Well, we got to break the record here.
Yeah. So, all right. Well, yeah, we if not, whatever. But I knew it's the wrong 2 months to do it because they're both holiday months. So
right.
So we'll see.
All right. Well, last thing I want to bring up real quick is I did watch Curb Your Enthusiasm.
Oh, finally.
I watched the latest episode. If you're not watching this show, you got to get the HBO app. You got to watch Curb Your Enthusiasm. It's so funny and it's so just real life. Things happened on that show, and then I kind of related to things that have happened in my life with my
100%,
family.
100%.
And I'm like, oh my God, that's happened to us before. This is real life. It doesn't get any more real than this. The episode was okay. I will say I don't think it was the funniest.
No, but the high points in it were pretty fucking good.
There were some high points, right? But I still, my favorite is still, I think my favorite is the middle conversation at the table.
The middler?
That episode. The middler. I mean, he's such a good middle guy. And it's funny because we sat down at dinner. Last night we went out to dinner, and my dad sat in the middle. And I was like, I just don't know if you're the middleman. And he knew because he's watched it, obviously. We had a conversation about how I just don't think my dad's a strong middleman. I don't believe it because he talks. He goes, yeah, but I get the conversation. I said, you talk too much politics. You talk too much. The conversation goes nuts when you're in the middle. I think he's too much of a conversationalist. You got to watch the episode. The middle person sitting at the table is the most important person at the table.
My roommate is at season 52. I don't know.
So I just saw his post. That's funny you say this.
He sent me a text message. He goes, I'm overhearing a conversation at the table next to me, and the guy there definitely shouldn't be middling the table.
Yeah. Yeah, I literally just saw his post.
Well, I want to say I laughed so hard when those two, on this new episode, when the two sushi chefs at the end are like, "Arasawase," and then they start spilling all their secrets out, and they're like, "She fucked a student. She blew him in the car," and she storms off. And he looks over, and it's her ex-boyfriend there, and he does the well done tip of the hat kind of thing to him, and he does it back. I just love that. All right, you defeated me. I salute you, and I salute you as you.
Because even Larry was like, all right, you got me.
Yeah, you win, man. You did it.
Right. No, I do think that was funny. So. But yeah, I got nothing else, man. It's round two. I'm going for round two right now. The whole family's still here. First time we've all been together. I've got 4 younger brothers, so I got my mom and dad here, all 4 of my brothers, my kids, and it's the first time we've all been together for a holiday. And I think since I moved 8 years ago, so it's probably been 8 or 9 years since we've had a full family, everybody together. So gonna go enjoy that with them. We're going to watch the rest of the football game.
Who's the fattest brother? Is it you?
So we actually, it's so funny. I was like, I want to know what everybody weighs. So, we've got one of them, the one is not, he's not even in the running, the youngest one. But when we went to go look, me and my brother that's under me are the same exact weight. I was like, oh, this is bad. Yeah. So it actually.
Are you guys going to
go in order?
Are you guys going to become each other's accountability buddies?
No, as he says, that just means we're heavyweight champions, baby.
Oh boy!
But we actually go in order from oldest to youngest in weight. It actually goes that way. So,
it just declines, huh?
And then we all say that we're all laughing. We're and it gets quiet, and my dad goes, The best part is you're all fatter than me. And we're like, damn, because that didn't used to be.
Yeah.
Yeah. So, yeah. Anyway. All right. Well, you have a good rest of your night. I got to go. Round two. The big ZD's calling.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. I hear you. I hear you. You're the one with the
Yeah.
one last thing. I wasn't the one telling the. Oh, I did ask the question. Never mind. All right, my bad.
Yeah. All right. We're good.
Okay, bye.
Goodbye.